Ooh, it's getting into pretty. I mean, it's already been here, but pretty prime like campfire season.
Okay.
How about like favorite campfire foods?
Favorite things to burn up.
Campfire foods.
I know we're always in foods, but it's easy. But like, what do you want to cook on a fire
Okay.
this time of year?
Would we be able to think of enough stuff? I could get creative.
3 rounds,
I can get
3
damn-
picks each.
I could.
We
get
ought to be
damn
able to
near
find
creative.
9.
I could get pretty.
I already know my 101.
All right. All right. I've tried to cook some stuff on the fire. I know stuff that doesn't work. I know some stuff that does.
You can't cook stuff on a stove.
What?
You
you're right.
can't cook something let
You're
it on a
right.
fire.
Okay. So you burned bacon one time, evacuate a whole apartment building, and now I can't cook?
Sorry, sue me.
How do you burn bacon?
Well,
That's a really good
I'm not gonna
question.
blame it on the fact that I was cooking it in a pot, but I was cooking it in a pot. I didn't have a skillet.
That
so
shouldn't
it's like
be an
a-
issue.
Yeah, but I know it's this.
I
it's
guess
just
it was
a
probably
to-
small.
Yeah, I had like 3 strips of bacon in there. Forgot I was cooking bacon. Got distracted watching football or something. And then like I look over and the bacon is like just smoke is going. And I'm like, oh no! And then
This
I go
is
beep
not
beep,
good. Yeah.
and I see. I'm like, okay, maybe it'll only be our apartment. But then, nope, I'm stupid. It's the whole building. So I see everybody walk out of their apartment. They're like talking to each other, like, who did it? And then they see me walk up to the fireman, like, hey.
That may have been me.
Yeah, that's my apartment up there.
Oh, God.
So I threw the bacon in a sink, ran hot water on,
classic.
or ran cold water on it. But yeah. Yeah.
Classic.
Could you? I don't know if you can cook bacon over a fire. Can you stab it with a stick and hold it over the fire?
No, you cook it on a cast iron skillet.
Can you eat bacon raw?
I wouldn't
not
recommend it,
recommended.
but
Like
you probably
can,
could.
Can you eat ham raw? I'm not sure.
No, the thing
I
that
don't
you,
think
if you were to eat anything raw, it'd be like steak.
Yeah.
Well, you can eat like hot dogs raw. And I feel like
Well,
most
they're
of the time,
processed.
Yeah.
well, most of the time I feel like they're pork. So I wasn't sure if like pig was just something you could eat raw, like fish.
Um,
How come you can eat fish raw?
You
I
can't.
feel like it's very specific.
No,
Oh, yeah, it depends on the fish.
I'm not,
A lot of fish
I'm
you
not-
cannot.
I'm not well versed in fish.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure.
It depends on. You can't do that with all fish.
Specific or like fish eggs, right? Or something
Pig's
like that?
not a
It's really
fish.
weird. Pig is not a fish.
Very true.
That's
On
a
that note,
good point.
all right, let's draft what we're gonna cook over a fire.
That's fair. I don't really got any other ideas right now.
Let's gather around the campfire and sing our
campfire
song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. It'll help if you just sing along. Bum, bum, bum.
Nice. That was good. That was maybe our best notes.
Yeah, we
We're
harmonized. a little bit.
harmonized.
That was good.
All right, let's get into it. Welcome back to Last Off Sports Talk podcast. Today is Tuesday, October 1st, 2024, and here we're on episode 42. We got Kean Crop. We got Cletus Smith. I'm Cody Crop. We'll be previewing NFL Week 5 and some college games thrown in there. We're going to do a little draft thrown in there like you just heard us talking about. And let's see. We're also going to do something that we like to call Didn't See That Coming, where we're going to talk about some players or teams that this season so far, like, wow, didn't expect that to happen. Good or bad, right? I mean,
Yeah,
we can talk
good or
about
bad.
good or bad,
Yeah.
something we didn't see coming.
Somebody who fell flat on their face.
Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to start with.
Yeah.
So let's get into that first. Kian,
Yeah. Well,
who you want to talk about?
I'll let you guys go first.
Coming from
'cause-
the back.
Yeah, because I feel like there's a team that's like easily, like,
Yeah.
didn't see that coming.
Well, I'll take the easy one, Vikings.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, for sure.
That's the layup.
Yeah.
I figured they'd be like bottom 5,
Yeah. I mean, it was really tough. I mean, you got Sam Darnold coming in.
MVP of the league.
Yeah, and he's looking incredibly good. We know you still got Jay Jettas, but he's still got running back
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones still running all over the place. Yeah, I think that's a really good one. And their defense, I know they lost some guys this past year.
Yeah.
but
They
so that's
lost-
why
they
I was
lost
low
Danielle
on them.
Hunter and some other.
They lost
like a
all of their
linebacker.
corners. All
Yeah.
of their corners.
Yeah.
They had to bring in Stephon Gilmore like 2 weeks before the season started.
Yeah.
And he's their number 1 corner right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just look up and down this team, the roster, and they just talent-wise, they might not be top half in the league, but
Yeah.
as we've been preaching,
Coaching.
the coaches,
they're
yeah,
incredibly well coached.
phenomenal.
Yeah. I think one team that we did not see coming, no one saw coming, or at least to be like how they were. I think I'm between a couple here. Let's see who I want to go with. I think I'll go with the Commanders. Just because Jane Daniels is carrying that team right now and carrying everyone right along with him. It's not just him. I mean, he's passing to everyone. He's playing out of his mind. And not that the Commanders are incredible right now, but they're pretty dang good. Yeah. And, like, you can't expect much. Like, we all saw C.J. Stroud last year. That's not normal to do on a team like that. But whenever you bring in a coach like Cliff Kingsbury, OC like Cliff Kingsbury, head coach like Dan Quinn, someone of that caliber, and then you stack that with a Jaden Daniels and everyone they still had there, and like Terry McLaurin and Brian Robinson Jr. and all that, and put it all together, it wasn't really a recipe to really win a lot per se. But what they've done with the team so far with Jaden Daniels and that offense, and the defense is starting to catch up a little bit. I mean, it's surprising what they're doing.
Yeah, they have like the beta version of the Vikings right now.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm. Just with a worse defense.
Definitely a worse defense.
And better quarterback, I'd say.
More talented?
Yeah, more talented for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, and he's living up to the hype.
Mm-hmm. Well, I gotta go with the Steelers.
Yeah.
Steelers have surprised me in a good way. I was I was gonna go with teams who have surprised me in a bad way, like the Dolphins, but that's because of injuries.
Yeah.
Like the Rams because of injuries.
Too.
Like a lot of these teams that are struggling.
And you could go Bengals.
Yeah, but like they always do this. So like, so like it's not really. It's surprising with the talent that they have on this team, but like it's surprising every year they do it. But the Steelers start off 3-1, should have probably been 4-0.
Yeah, should have.
Just Arthur Smith he's somehow reined in Justin Fields, and Justin Fields is playing the smartest football of his career. He's looking like an NFL quarterback. He's not trying to play hero ball like he was in Chicago. The defense is, like, obviously Steelers defense is always good, but I don't think any of us thought they were going to be like probably like top 3 in the league right now. Like this team is looking like they're gonna. I don't want to say they're going to make a run in the playoffs because in the playoffs,
but they'll make a push.
If they could win one game in the playoffs, I'd be like, this was a good year.
Yeah,
me too. Yeah, that's where I'm at now. Yeah,
the past 2 or 3 times Steelers have been in the playoffs, they got blown out wild card round.
They always make it, but they never do nothing.
Like smacked by the Bills or someone like that.
Yeah, so the Steelers.
Yeah, I like that.
Need their praise for sure. One guy, I'll start off with the guys who. I want to highlight one player who's really surprised me.
Do it.
It's got to be, for me, Nico Collins on the Texans.
Yes, 100%.
Like, obviously, this could have been said last year before we started the podcast, but he came out, and he was the number 1 receiver on that team. Like, him and Tank Dell were kind of splitting weeks, going back and forth last season. And I didn't fully believe it. I was like, I still think Tank Dell is the better receiver because I scouted Tank Dell. He was a my guy for me 2 years ago, and he was looking phenomenal, but Nico Collins was also looking really good. And then I was like, okay, but like, what's he going to do this year? Like, Tank Dell's coming back from injury. Stephon Diggs has been brought in, so he's got more competition now. But like, Nico Collins, what is he, the NFL's leading receiver now?
I think he might be.
And I need to finally give him his flowers because he has been phenomenal. The number 1 read for C.J. Stroud. And yeah, he's on a Shanahan offense, but like, the catches he's been making are absolutely crazy. It's working right now what Nico Collins is doing. He is a legit number 1 receiver in the NFL, and I need to finally give him his flowers because he's been getting like 12 targets a week and like 100 yards a week with the competition.
Not just forced.
Yeah, like earning
because there's 2 other amazing wide receivers right next to him.
Yeah. Exactly. Like targets are an earned stat, and he is definitely earning them, and he is making noise.
Unless you're Malik Neighbors, then.
Yeah.
I mean, he earns them, but he's going to get them thrown to him anyway.
Yeah. Nico Collins.
Just so happens he's wide open.
Nico Collins wasn't a first-round draft pick.
Correct.
No, but so Nico Collins, props to what he's doing on this Texans offense. It's been amazing to start the year.
Yep. Cleese, you got anyone in mind?
Yeah, I got 2 guys that. The one kind of surprised me, not really, and the one didn't surprise me. I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. I know that Patrick Mahomes is not a good quarterback. I've been saying it since the beginning of this podcast, and I mean, he just keeps proving it every week. I mean,
Now he's hurting his own players.
I mean, he's throwing like 1.2 picks per game.
He is throwing it to the wrong team a lot.
And whenever he does it, he's a liability on tackling. I mean,
you're right. He is.
Whenever someone needs to say, "Hey, Pat, whenever you throw a pick this next game, because you're going to, how about you just don't tackle the guy this time? Just get out of the way of whoever the hell's gonna try to tackle him."
Patrick Mahomes' passing grade right now for PFF sits at 15th in the league.
Yep, and that doesn't surprise me one bit, but I know that it would surprise a lot of other people. And then Travis Kelce, except for last game, hasn't even played. I mean, he's played, but he hasn't even played.
Yeah, he's been blocking a lot.
Yeah.
And not really doing much of that.
Yeah.
Like, much offensive that he did all the time. One guy that I'll mention as far as someone that I didn't see coming like this is, well, I should preface this with saying I did, and I'm sure a lot of people did, but Saquon Barkley. A lot of people are like, oh, he's washed.
I said that.
Let's just send him to Philadelphia.
Yep.
This dude is ripping.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, this dude's ripping off 100+ a week. He just had 84 yards.
Because they don't run the damn ball.
I get it. He only had 10 attempts. Sue him for having 8.4 yards a carry. I mean, give me a break. But yeah, he is rejuvenated in this Philadelphia Eagles offense.
Behind this amazing O-line.
Yeah. And like, especially right now, he kind of is the offense. Just because with Jalen Hurts struggles or whatever, and obviously A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith being out, it's kind of tough. But yeah, I mean, I knew Saquon would be good and still be good, but man, I didn't think he'd be doing what he's doing right now. He is looking incredible.
Rookie year.
Yeah, like rookie year Saquon, just running dudes over and just being absolutely dominant.
Through 4 games, he's got 73 rushing attempts, 439 yards. That's 6.0 yards per carry.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Feed him.
Yeah.
Feed him more.
He's very hungry.
Very hungry.
Very hungry. I did. Oh yeah. So I said that Nico Collins is like tops in the league right now. And,
Yeah.
He's also tops in receiving grade according to PFF. But he has. So he is beating everybody else. Malik Neighbors is in second in terms of receiving yards.
Jeez.
Malik Neighbors has 386 receiving yards through 4 games as a rookie, but Nico Collins has 488 receiving yards through 4 games.
He has 100 more?
Yes.
What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah. He's going absolute ape shit right now.
What a dog.
He's on pace. He's not quite on pace.
That is 122 yards a week.
I think he's on my fantasy team.
Dang.
That's 120.
How do you forget that?
He's on one of my teams, dude.
That's 122 receiving yards per week. He's going absolutely crazy right
What an
now.
animal,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks so good. And, of course, it helps that CJ's throwing it to him. But, like, for him to earn it after last year and this year, it's just it's ridiculous, man.
And everyone always says, oh, you got to be in cover 2.
Yeah. Give me a break.
Let me get you the so in terms of out of everybody who's had at least 13 targets, 14 targets, there are tight ends. There are 23 tight ends who have had at least 13 targets. Travis Kelce's ranked 12th. His receiving grade is 64.6.
That's not very good.
Shit. 64.6.
Yikes. Huh. That's kind of crazy.
Rasheed Rice was having a great year.
He was.
Patrick
Get well soon.
Patrick Mahomes sent him
Crashy
to
Rice.
Slammer earlier than December.
All right, that was good. I like that. Let's get into the draft. Like we said earlier, we're going to be drafting. It's
Getting chilly.
it's getting a little chilly.
It is.
Leaves
It's
are
not
turning
super
pretty
hot
red.
at night anymore, you know? So you know what that means? Means it is fucking campfire season, boys. Build that fire up about 7, 8, 9, 10 feet tall.
That's a bonfire.
That's a bonfire, but okay, we'll talk 3 feet max campfire. And then, so you're just sitting around the campfire at night, maybe having a couple wobbly pops, maybe having
Definitely.
like
What is that? I've
beer.
never heard that.
makes you wobbly, makes you a bit
Wobbly
wobbly.
pops. I know.
You
I
you know well. Yeah, so you're having some of them, you're like, man, I'm getting hungry. So yeah, we got chips, sure, but like, man, I need to cook something over that fire. So that's what we're going to be drafting today. What do we like to cook over that fire? There's a lot out there. that I love, that we all love. So between you boys, let's get it.
Paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn.
Kean 101. Let's
Well,
get
I
it.
mean,
3-round snake draft. Let's run
It's
it.
too easy, but it has to be. Well, now I'm gonna feel stupid if I do that. So I.
Will ya?
Well, okay.
Easy, huh?
Well, I could go marshmallows, but that's like really easy. And honestly, I'm not a big s'mores guy. I know that's very popular, but like back in high school, cross country season, we would camp with the team.
Yep.
And every time Wyatt, the man, one of the guys on our team, we'd set up a tripod
Yes.
with a grate hanging
Yep.
from it,
Yes.
and we'd cook steaks over the fire.
Yes.
Steaks
So good.
over the fire is where it's at. Those are some of the best steaks that I've ever had. We're just
Yes.
there eating them with our hands like
Yep.
animals, just
Back in the woods,
they were
man.
they were so good. He was great with the seasonings too. He was like,
Old Bay.
yeah, Old Bay, he just
so
like
good. Yeah.
all
so
over.
good.
But they were great. Those steaks, honestly, probably the best steaks I ever had.
Great pick. I'm going to take a pick that's more. I'm kind of on the same boat with marshmallows. I love me a good s'more, but like,
It gets you
Eh.
sticky. Whenever
yeah, it's
you
kind
don't
of
want
messy, and like steaks are too much work. Give me a mountain pie, man.
Oh,
Hobo
yeah,
pie.
yeah.
Give it to me. They're fairly simple, fairly easy. There's something hot and crunchy. I know there's a lot of great picks out there, but you get some good coals rolling. Just shove that thing in the coals for a little bit and let
think
that
I've ever
sucker
had one.
cook. They're really good.
You can
There's
make,
lots
like,
of
pizza
options. You can make
ones.
pizza with
Ham
like
and
a couple pieces of
cheese.
bread, ham and cheese.
Pie. You can get like
Really,
pie
whatever you want in
fillings.
the middle. Yeah, pie filling in the middle. It's pretty good.
Well, I guess I got pretty much 2 layups here. Give
Here we
me
go.
weenies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Easy,
Obvious.
quick.
Yep.
Gotta do
That's
it.
it.
And I am also not a big s'mores guy. I'm just gonna keep dropping because
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
do
want
it.
it on my team. That
Right.
shit's a liability on
Yeah.
defense, and it always has been.
You're right.
Always been a liability
Yep.
on defense. So I'm taking the burger.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Now you cook it look over a grate like the same way.
You could. You
put it on a
they,
stick.
They also make ones that you can put the burger on.
Oh yeah, you're right. Those are really good.
Yeah,
okay,
that you can
okay.
close.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good pick. There's actually a lot of good picks out there still. Let me
Yeah.
see what I'm gonna go. So I got my hot food. Let's do kind of a mix of stuff here of sweet dinner type. Like I just did the dinner type or snack. Let's do. It's a little more work, so we're back to a little more work. But man, this is a Dutch oven meal. You know,
Love Dutch ovens,
Dutch ovens are great.
Oh yeah.
especially in bed.
Yeah.
Yep. So, give me like a Dutch oven like cobbler.
Oh,
Oh boy, you make that cobbler in the Dutch oven, let that sucker get up to temp, and set it right in there, let it cook. Whoo boy, is it delicious! That's probably one of the best desserts.
what
Ever.
flavor cobbler though?
I mean, it depends on what you get. If you're getting like just the canned filling, or if you got like your own canned filling. If I got like my own canned stuff from my wife, shout out. Give me like a peach cobbler, like with canned peaches.
I don't know. Apple cobbler.
Apple's pretty
Apple's good, but like peach to me just fits the cobbler play more. If I'm doing like an
It has
apple
a sweeter
crisp,
taste
yeah.
to
If
it.
I have like an apple crisp,
Yeah,
give it to me.
I
Yeah.
don't know the difference between those two. Yeah.
apple crisp has more crisp. You
Yeah.
see,
It-
cobbler's
it's-
more doughy.
Yeah,
It's
cobbler.
Very good.
I don't know. Yeah, it's
kind of hard to explain.
So
I
crisp
think really,
is like a crunchier topping.
yeah, it's almost got like
Cobblers.
granola a lot of the times or things like that on top. Yeah,
Okay.
which is very good. But yeah, give me that. Give me
both
some.
delicious.
Yeah,
All right,
give me some Dutch oven cobbler, dude.
I'm gonna still let marshmallows keep dropping.
Okay,
Yeah, screw 'em. They might
Screw-
not get drafted.
they're
They
probably
might
not-
be a
they're
UDFL.
not.
probably not. Yeah,
They're not gonna get drafted by me. So, my fiance and her family got me onto this, but you take corn on the cob, you leave it in the husks, you throw it in the fire.
that's good.
Really?
Just throw it right on the coals. Yeah, the husks are like usually most of the time they're like kind of wet. Well, they're green still usually. So it just kind of protects all the corn, the kernels, lets it get nice and hot. Then whenever you leave it in there a little while, then like once they kind of like the husk kind of start to char and get blacker, like you can kind of see
Yeah.
it. You pull them out, you unpeel them, and or you husk them, I guess, and then
Nebraska.
they're good to go.
Nebraska,
You
yeah.
Nebraska them, and then they're good to go. Yeah, they're very good.
Yeah, that is very good. My only issue
very
with that is, depending on the corn and how thick the husk is, that line of charring it nice and absolutely burning the kernels inside is pretty thin.
I gotta admit, sometimes I feel like
But it's still good. Like you can burn it. You can burn it. It's still good.
Yeah, like there's some foods that are good with a little bit of char on them. For some reason, bacon.
You have to have
100%.
Yeah. I feel like for some reason, corn in my eyes needs a little char on it.
I don't know if I've ever heard that.
I don't know about that. You can tell yourself
All right,
that.
well, I gotta go. I'm actually gonna go.
Last pick here for you.
Yeah, I don't want to go marshmallow.
No.
And like you already took wiener. Wiener's like really good one. I was thinking sausages, but I can't.
Yeah,
do
it can
sausage,
fall into the same part.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go a breakfast food because I've never
Yeah.
really tried this, but I feel like it'd be good. If you don't have a toaster, you got a bagel.
Don't take my pick.
You got a bagel.
Okay.
You stab that bagel with the stick,
Oh.
and you toast it over the fire.
That'd be pretty good.
And I think
it'd be
get
smoky?
It'd be smoky,
That would be
nice and
pretty good,
crispy.
actually.
You can put your peanut butter, your jelly, your butter,
Cream
put-
cheese.
Put cream cheese. Make it into a breakfast sandwich. Do whatever you want with it. Oh, breakfast.
That'd be
Cook some bacon over the fire too with it. A little smoky bun. Maybe butter it first before you put it on the sticks. Ooh, yeah. I'm talking myself.
Now
Yeah,
we're
bagel.
talking.
Give me a bagel to get some breakfast on my team.
That's a good pick. I thought you were gonna take mine. We used to do it in Scouts all the time. We would cook our Pop-Tarts over the fire, and for whatever reason, that hit so good every single time. Just a little bit of smoky, perfect little melt. That was so good. I thought you were taking that, but that's a good pick. What do I want to finish it off with here? Man, there's lots of options still, but they're all it's tough because they're getting kind of in the same area.
Marshmallow's still on the board.
I know, and I'm gonna take it.
All right.
Just because it's a classic. But here's the twist. We're doing s'mores. But for one, you got to get the like pre-made square marshmallows because they're easier to use.
All right.
And two, I love chocolate.
Yeah.
But on a s'more, give me a Reese cup.
Ooh.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I've never done that.
Yeah. No, that's good.
If you ever feel like getting super messy with a s'more again, I recommend a Reese cup.
And it is the best s'more I've ever had. A Daffin's caramel bar.
Oh,
Put it on there.
that'd be really good too.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
really good.
I had to take s'mores. I mean, just for nostalgia.
My last pick, I'm just going to go any canned vegetable. Like, you
Okay.
just peel the label off,
Yeah.
put the can in there.
That's
Crack it open.
That's a good play.
You feel like borderline homeless.
Well, we did that at the
We did.
campground or camp spot
Yeah.
down in the woods there, right by the creek. Just put your canned corn right in the coals.
That's-
pull it out. Nice
Sounds
and warm.
pretty
It
delicious,
hit.
actually.
It hit.
yeah.
With the steak.
hits so hard.
With the
Sounds
steak,
pretty
it hit.
delicious.
Yeah.
We need to have a campfire again.
Oh yeah.
I got a spot at my place.
Yes.
We'll have to have another
Let's
cookout.
go. At
Campfire
the-
season.
At the Halloween party.
Good.
All right.
I'm down.
All right.
All right. Let's get into week 5, boys. With our week 5 football preview. We'll go over some college like we did. College slate's not as great this time, but we'll go over all the NFL slate and talk about those games and who we're picking. So as far as who we're picking, week 4, kind of good and kind of bad. Jared was 11-10. Pretty good. Kean, you were 10-11. Also pretty solid. Cletus 9-12. Isaac 9-12. Not great. Carson, man, he's just bad at this.
Bad at
Yeah.
this.
He just doesn't know what he's
8-13.
doing.
No. I went 13-8 somehow. So we picked it pretty good there. Overall, still seeing the board all right. We're still seeing it not bad. So our overall standings after this past week, Jared is 21-15. Pretty damn good. Kean's 37-36. I'm a game behind at 36-37. Cletus is 33-40. Carson's 28-45. That's looking ugly, man.
What is that? 17 games under 500. Is that the right
certainly-
math? That's 17
certainly
games
is.
under 500.
Yeah.
Wow, that's bad.
Ooh, come on, man. What are we doing? 17 under. All right. With all that being said, let's get into picking the games this week. So, like I said, college slate's not super hot, but we'll go over some of them this week. So, first one we'll touch on Mizzou, number 9 ranked Missouri, is going to Texas A&M, who is ranked 25 right now. A&M is favored 1.5 at home.
Carson's the only one who went Texas
A&M.
A&M here, and I mean, I'll give his side here. Well, let's give him a chance to give his side first. Okay, that's a good point.
Man,
I'll build
that's
on
a good
that.
point, yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, me neither.
But so I think it's just like the reason that I've been saying that how Marcel Reed, their redshirt freshman quarterback, has been protecting the ball. This defensive line is legit. These guys are going to get drafted. They were absolutely obliterating Taylor Green and the Arkansas offensive line last week. So I could see how Carson thinks that at least they're going to – well, I mean, it's crazy how they're favored.
A&M's favored.
Yeah, because Mink was talking about last week how Kyle Field, where they play, gets loud, gets rowdy. But we all went Missouri. And
Yeah, we did.
Cody, you got reasons?
I just think their team's – in short, I just think their team's stronger at this point. Like you were talking about their quarterback at A&M, I just think it's kind of a problem. I know they're at home. Home is strong for A&M, like Mink said, like you just said. And I really like their coach, A&M's coach, Mike Elko. But I just don't think they can hold up to Mizzou right now. Mizzou's just playing too strong, and they're 9 ranked. And I think they'll just be able to come in here, and especially being dogs, I think that will bode well for Missouri coming in.
I'm on Missouri because it's basically it is the it's the Malik Neighbors treatment is how I'm viewing this. Luther Burden there's a good chance he's going to be the top drafted wide receiver this year. Luther Burden is legit.
Oh, that's true. Yep.
And yeah, maybe this Texas A&M defensive line is going to be able to pressure Brady Cook, Missouri's quarterback, but I think Luther Burden's going to be open before that.
Probably.
So I just believe that Mizzou can come in here and win this game because it's basically a pick 'em here, what we're at right now.
Yeah,
the line being 1.5. But I feel like they can come in there. Luther Burden can just put on a show. He hasn't had the greatest season so far yet, but I think that this is where he turns it around.
Yep, I agree.
Anything, please?
No.
Okay.
They're ranked higher.
Yeah. 12 ranked Ole Miss, favored 9.5, is going to South Carolina. So that's kind of a big spread, but I mean it's kind of to be expected with Jackson Dart at the helm with Ole Miss, and that's kind of why I'm on Ole Miss, is mainly because of Jackson Dart. But the whole rest of that team, they've been playing fairly well, I think, pretty well, and I just think that Dart's going to be able to pull out a dominant win at South Carolina.
I actually have a reason for picking them.
There we go.
Because they have the best defense in college football right now.
Ole Miss.
That's also true. They're looking very strong. And then Jared's also on Ole Miss, but
he loves Jackson Dart.
Yeah, he loves Jackson Dart. And Key, you and Carson are on South Kakalaka. What's the reason?
Well, too many athletes. So in college football, I feel like less of it matters how good your game plan is. More of it matters that you have athletes on your team. And they have athletes on the South Carolina team, I'll tell you what, because their quarterback is a freshman. Lenoris Sellers is his name. He is 6'3", 242 pounds, and
monster.
He can run. Now, he got injured last game, or like 2 games ago. He's going to be back. Now, he doesn't throw the ball too much. He throws for about 20 times a game, but this guy runs for about 70 yards a game. And he's built like a Mack truck. He's like Anthony Richardson. Just Anthony Richardson plays better in college football. In the pros, it's a little bit more iffy. But the Anthony Richardson body type play style plays better in college football. But the running back is an athlete as well. He is 6 foot, 230 pounds. That is Raheem Sanders, and he has been running for about 100 yards a game himself. So I think that this team is going to out-athlete, or at least they're going to be able to keep up with this Ole Miss team. 9.5 is too many points, and Carson is with me as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Their quarterback does seem like a stud, but
Lenoris. What a name.
That's a good
Chuck
name.
Lenoris.
Yeah. Lenoris. All right, next game. 8 ranked Miami, favored 10.5 right now, is going to Cal. This is the game day game this week.
Yeah, that's the only reason why it's on here.
Yeah. So we're all on Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, 10.5 is a lot of points, but Miami's been pretty good.
I don't care that Cal's home. This Cam Ward is in the Heisman race. He's number 2 now in the Heisman race, but 18 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. He's already thrown for 1,700 yards through 5 games. That is 350 yards a game.
Yeah.
So Cal just does not have the firepower to keep up with this Miami team.
Agreed.
And I think it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, they'll beat them by a couple touchdowns minimum.
Yeah, we're only talking about it because it's the game day game, and the college slate this week is bad.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so we're all on Miami.
Yeah. Let's get into the NFL. Thursday night football, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Thursday night football on Prime as the Buccaneers are going to the Falcons. Falcons are favored 1.5 right now. So this is kind of just a pick'em game, it feels like, because each team's kind of had their hot places, had their cold spots, and everything like that. So we're kind of split across the panel, but I'm on the Buccaneers. I like the Falcons team a lot. I'm a big fan of Kirk Cousins. I like Bijan. I like Drake London, and I like Raheem Morris. Sorry. Yeah, Raheem Morris. Yeah, I was right. Okay. I like him too, but man, I don't know. This Buccaneers team lately, they had a little bit of a cold spell there in week 3, but like last week they just put the whooping on whoever they were playing. I don't even remember right now. Panthers.
Eagles.
Sorry. Yeah,
right.
Eagles.
33-16.
Yeah, and that game was kind of crazy to me because I'm not sure if that's obviously the Eagles, they're hurt. But they still just dominated them. And I'm just a big fan of Baker too. And this whole team, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin is still incredibly reliable, and Bucky Irvin getting more snaps, dude.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm on the Buccaneers, at least, and I am with Jared and I'm with Cletus on that. Cletus, you got any other reasons other than that?
Yeah, just the Buccaneers seem way more consistent. Like
that's true. That's a good way to put it.
The Falcons are so hit and miss, and then they're always trying to just stay. It feels like they're just trying to keep up all the time. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes they do, but other times they just fall flat, and it's. I don't know. The Buccaneers feel like they just have more of the it factor. Like, the Falcons are still trying to find themselves.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It seems very accurate.
That is a very good point. But Carson and I are on the Falcons. Falcons were one of my Super Bowl teams to start out the year, so I got to keep riding with my boys. Because
you're right.
Kirk Cousins, yeah, he might not always play the best, but for some reason he finds a way to keep it close, finds a way to win. I know they got to win this game to cover the spread, and I think they do that at home. Maybe this, I feel like this Atlanta crowd is starting to buy into at least seeing wins. Like maybe
for sure.
Maybe they haven't figured it out as a team yet, but I feel like this dome is going to be loud. Kirk Cousins, another week to help his Achilles heal. He still isn't moving the greatest. It looks kind of
he's old.
Winston. Yeah, he's old. But if this Buccaneers team has struggled to find pass rush all year long, so I feel like Kirk Cousins can just stand in there and just whip the ball to Darnell Mooney and Drake London and maybe even Kyle Pitts. Probably not Kyle Pitts, but
definitely not.
But I feel like this Falcons team is going to do enough to beat this Buccaneers team. I think it's going to be close, though.
Yeah, I think that's very true. Very accurate. It should be a close game. Should be a fairly decent game, too. Mm-hmm. Jets are going to the Red Hot Vikings. The Vikings
they're going to London.
Oh, you're right. They're in London town this week. That's on me. The Jets and the Vikings are traveling to London town.
There you go.
To play.
That was a good reset for the social media team.
Had to, yeah. Well,
sorry.
Media team will like me.
I interrupted you one more time.
Oh. The Jets and the Red Hot Vikings are traveling to London town. Vikings are favored 2.5. Everyone's on the Vikings except for me.
Yep.
So what's your guys' reasons before I just try to say something smart?
Well, the Vikings have beaten teams that
Yeah.
everyone they've beaten 3 teams that were consensus top 10 at the beginning of the season.
Yep.
And the
Good
Jets
point.
right now might not even be top 15.
I feel like the Jets every week they take 2 steps forward then 1 step back. It's like we looked decent in this here and here in this game, and then but we could do better still. I feel like there is still room to improve for the Jets, and I don't think they're going to improve against this Vikings team that's looking like Cletus said last episode, best in the league.
Yeah. I also agree with that, but I'm on the Jets. I kind of picked the Jets, kind of honestly, to just be different, but also because the only reason I could bring myself to pick the Jets is because they're in London. Like, it's kind of a somewhat even playing field. Everyone's got to travel. They all got to deal with that.
I wonder if the people in London are going to be doing the skull.
I bet.
Skull.
100% they will be. Those crowds are awesome. In Germany and
they sell
London. Oh, man. They're great over there. Great fans. But I was going to ride with the Jets because I still have trust in Rodgers. I'm a big Rodgers guy. I love the Vikings team. But I like Rodgers, and he's proving to be able to still spread it to everybody. Maybe not put up amazing numbers. Mainly Lazard, but Mike Williams is getting back at it, and Braylon Allen's coming on as a great second back to Breece Hall. So I think they just have enough weapons there, and they're still proving it. If their defense can keep up at all, I think that the Jets may. Well, they do have enough firepower. It's whether they put it together to keep up with the Vikings right now. Ravens, favored 2.5, are going to Cincinnati to play the Bengals in the AFC North matchup this week.
Let me go first here. I'm the only one on the Bengals. Do you guys not understand that once the Bengals get one win, that's whenever they figure it out? The Lions won, or the Lions. Still Lion. No, wait, they're Tigers.
Tigers.
Sorry.
They're cats.
Reset for the social media team.
The Bengals. Reset for the social media team.
Detroit Tigers?
Yeah. The Bengals won last week. That means they figured it out. They're going to keep winning. It wasn't a pretty win, but this Bengals team, the Ravens, they haven't looked good really all season, except for like last game they were dominant. Like they were good in that Cowboys game up until they let them back in it. But like, there's still holes in this Ravens team, I feel like, where they were just pissed off last game and they went and beat up on the Bills. But I feel like this Bengals team at home, Joe Burrow's healthy, Jamar Chase is healthy, T. Higgins is healthy, Lou Anarumo, he's so hit or miss, this Bengals defense. I don't know what to expect from week to week, but Lou Anarumo, he knows how to play against the Ravens because he plays them 2 times a year, every single year at least. So I think that this Bengals team is going to win the game. And at home, this is exactly what the Bengals team need. It's what they do. They won. Now they're on track to keep winning.
One thing, King Henry's back. I think they're going to run it down their throats. I think because that's kind of what the Ravens have. That's how they've had the most success so far, and that's kind of what everyone expected. But we just kind of talked about it last episode. As far as like the Bengals line, if Hendrickson doesn't stop them, it's kind of an issue. So I think that there's still too many. You talked about holes in the Ravens, which yes, there certainly is. But I think the Ravens' lack of whatever you want to say there, lack of power, lack of success is going to outweigh the Bengals' struggles on defense, which still I can't wrap my brain around why they're struggling after what we've seen in the past seasons with Lou Anarumo and all them studs on there. So I just think the Ravens will have enough to keep up, and then if they get a lead, they'll just be able to ground and pound with Derrick Henry and even Justice Hill and obviously Lamar too.
I just think the Ravens are better all around. Like their defense is miles ahead of the Bengals defense, and the offenses are pretty even. They're very different, but I'd say they're pretty even. But the defensive side of the Ravens is so much stronger. They're not gonna allow Bengals to get as many points as the Ravens are gonna score.
Yeah,
like that's what it comes down to.
Right. Yep. I agree with that.
These next 3 games, we're all thinking very alike.
And in a wild turn of events that we didn't see coming for Week 5 here, Panthers are going to the Bears. Bears are favored 3.5, and we are all taking the Panthers.
Yeah.
What is this world?
Said it last episode. I cannot figure out this Bears team. I have no idea when they're going to win, when their defense is going to show up. Caleb Williams still has not been looking great.
Because he's a bust.
He's a bust. Andy Dalton, he slowed down a little bit last week against the Bengals.
But he still looked good.
Still looked good. Still looked better than Caleb Williams has put together this year. Give me the Panthers for sure to cover. And we're all on the same side here.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Panthers will be able to keep it close, if not win this game in Chicago. And, Andy Dalton, I think he could be able to just simply outsmart the Chicago team. The Chicago defense has been pretty solid all year, but like you just said, Andy Dalton's been able to prove that he's still pretty good at getting it to his playmakers, such as Deontay Johnson. He's been
still getting wide open.
It's
crazy
Makes
how
no
much
sense.
separation he gets.
And then
His release is crazy.
Yeah, and then you also have Xavier Legette coming on, and so the Panthers team, they got the weapons. It's just
Dollar Bill.
And they have the running game.
Yeah, they
Chuba.
do. Yeah, Chuba Hubbard has been being a dog lately. So I think the Panthers are definitely be able to cover this. They should be able to cover this line.
I just think Caleb Williams sucks, and I'm just gonna keep picking against the Bears. Like probably every game this year, just because I hate them.
Yeah,
I just hate Caleb Williams.
It's a weird vibe in Chicago.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's hard to predict, hard to guess what's going to happen there.
Yeah, they're more unpredictable.
They could blow up and have Caleb Williams throw for 300 plus, like we've seen, or they could also
garbage.
Well, yeah,
They
but
lost that game.
True. So that kind
Yeah.
of that's why it's weird in Chicago right now.
They're more unpredictable than the Falcons.
Yeah. This should be a good game here this week. Bills favored 1.5 are going to the Texans, and this will be interesting. Bills and Texans both coming off kind of relatively rough weeks for them, kind of down weeks. The Texans are not on fire like they have been for the past year and a half with CJ at the helm, and the Bills, I don't know what happened last game. They just got killed by King Henry, and yeah, so we're all on the Bills this week to cover to win by 1.5 or more.
I think Josh Allen's just going to be leading with his head all game, running pissed
Probably.
off.
Yeah, I agree. I think Josh Allen, this will be a big bounce back game. Well, I shouldn't say bounce back because it's not really Josh Allen's fault, really, per se. But I think he's kind of. But I think he's going to have a big game here and just be able to, like we say every week, just single-handedly beat the defense himself if he has to. James Cook will come back on, and they all look. I mean, it's really hard. This is one of the hardest games for me to predict this week, just because I have a feeling the Texans are going to come back with a vengeance too, with C.J. Stroud probably being mad about how these past few weeks have been, and Nico Collins still somehow getting 150 plus yards a game. It feels like, and them still losing or just barely squeaking out a win. So it'll be an interesting game.
I'm just scared about this Texans running game. If they can't get that
That's
going,
the
then
big
they're
one,
going to
yeah.
be one-dimensional. And the Bills have had one of the best corners in the league this year in Christian Benford. He's ranked right now in coverage grade. According to PFF, he's ranked number 4 in the league. Corey Trice is up there, by the way, on the Steelers. Limited snaps. They actually just cut him. But anyway.
Yeah, they did.
But Christian Benford's been having a year. Not that he's going to stop Nico Collins, but I feel like he can at least slow him down.
Hold him under 100.
And if he knows he's going to be passing it on mostly every play, and they don't have to worry about the run, then this Bills team, I feel like, can eat him up.
That's a good point, too. Next game, Browns are going to the Commanders. Commanders are favored 3, and we're obviously all on the Commanders. The way we've talked about the Browns, I mean, Browns are hot garbage right now.
Yeah, the Commanders' weak spot is their defense,
Yeah.
but the Browns' weak spot is their offense. So, like, I'm not worried about the Browns' offense keeping up with the Commanders. It's not going to happen.
No.
And, like, the Browns' defense hasn't been as good as they have looked in previous years. So, like, this Commanders' offense looks like they're going to eat if they keep up what they've been doing.
It certainly does.
Yeah, I hate this line. This line should be at probably like 5.5.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 5.5, 6.5 even, maybe.
It feels that way. It feels like one that may move the more money comes in on
The
it.
Browns just keep finding a way to lose.
They just lost to the Raiders last week by 4.
Yeah,
And there's no
and
way
they were leading by 10.
Yeah.
They just want to lose. It seems like.
Yeah, it feels that way. Not good vibes at the Browns. The Colts are traveling to the Jaguars. Jaguars are favored 2.5. It's kind of interesting after the way the Jags have looked, but also there's how the Colts have looked too. I mean, they beat the Steelers, but it wasn't great. So yeah, I mean,
We don't know. Is it this guy at quarterback?
Yeah, well, it's not Anthony Richardson.
Well, then if
If this guy's quarterback,
it should be Colts should be
hammer the
favored.
Colts. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, me and Carson both have the Jags, and I'm saying they were starting to turn it on in the second half of the last game. So, like, yes, Trevor Lawrence was making terrible throws like he's been doing all year. Dumbass. But, like, this game, Travis Etienne will be healthier because he got injured and then came back last game, and it was dumb. And
no.
so they might have more of a running game to help their passing game, and they won't have to force as much. Christian Kirk's coming to life.
He is.
He's finally getting to the targets that he deserves and should be getting. If Trevor Lawrence can just be a bit more accurate, then they won't be as bad as they are right now. Like, they shouldn't be the only team right now without a win.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're better than that.
Yeah.
But
Patriots even have a win.
yeah.
Against the Bengals.
Yeah. I just think if they're going to win a game soon, it's going to be against the Colts. Like, the Colts just seem liable to go from beating one of the best teams in the NFL and then lose to the worst team in the NFL. It's a Colts thing.
It's very possible.
Yeah, that is very possible.
But it ain't going to happen according to Jared, Cody, and me.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't care who's the quarterback. I've been preaching against this Jaguars team for quite a few weeks about how I think Doug Peterson should be fired. Raising questions about Trevor Lawrence. Like, I don't think he's great, but I feel like he should be better than this. But who knows? We've never seen it, but that's why I'm going with the Colts, because we just haven't seen it from Trevor Lawrence. Like, at least we're seeing, like, yeah, whenever Anthony Richardson's out there, he at least, like, flashes his tools. He also flashes his, like, his dick and his ass.
Whoa, yeah.
And then he hurts his hip.
And then he hurts his hip. But
Yeah.
I don't care who the quarterback is. I think the Colts win this game.
Yeah, I agree. It's mainly because I haven't really seen it from the Jags yet. Pretty much end of story, and they still got good weapons.
You
at
saw
the
it
Colts.
second half, except for like 3 throws by Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just right now I kind of just like the weapons on the Colts a little bit more. That's how I feel right now.
Josh Downs came back to life.
Yeah,
He's back, baby.
he's very good. Dolphins favored 1.5 are going to the Patriots.
Give me the Fins.
Yep,
I said
you're alone, buddy.
I said I am alone. Everybody else went Patriots, but I said at the end of the last episode, my takeaway from that Dolphins game. Yeah, they didn't look good, but I think that they figure it out. This is only as long as I obviously can't change my pick midweek, but I picked the Dolphins with the hope that Tyler Huntley is starting still.
I'm sure he will be.
Because
He was way better.
Yeah.
even though he wasn't good, I feel like he was still better. It's just not fair because he hasn't been in the system for very long. But another week in the system, Patriots are known for taking away your weapon. It's kind of tough to take away Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Even if they can, it's like, that's fine. Still got Jalen Waddle. I still got Devon Achane out of the backfield to throw to. Jonnu Smith, if they actually throw him the ball, he's a
Mike
weapon.
Gesicki still there?
Yeah, he's on the Bengals.
on the Bengals.
But I just feel like the Dolphins, Tyler Huntley figures it out and uses his wheels too, which adds a new aspect to this Mike McDaniel offense.
Yeah, that could certainly happen. I'm on the Patriots. I think the Patriots defense right now will be too much of an issue. Too much of an issue for the Dolphins offense, like that you said, is still trying to figure it out and put it together with Tyler Huntley behind the line. Put Christian Gonzalez on Tyreek Hill. Christian Gonzalez has been solid all year, and just that whole I'm really riding just on this. We probably all are, mainly because the Patriots defense. I think that's really the only reason.
Yeah, I don't believe in their offense. So.
Yeah, their lack thereof.
If they can get a run game, then they're definitely going to win this game.
Yeah, if they can get some runs in there, then it'll definitely be a huge help on the Patriots side of the ball. Raiders are traveling to the Broncos. Broncos are favored 2.5 right now. We're all on them Broncos.
The Raiders are not winning 2 in a row. They just aren't. That's not
especially with
that's
Devontae
not
Adams.
Raiders football.
Devontae Adams requesting a trade now.
Max
Allegedly.
Crosby probably going to be out.
Yeah,
Or at least
Christian Wilkins,
hurt.
Yeah, Christian Wilkins is not 100% right now. He was out last game.
Bo Nix got 10 points last game.
Yeah.
It wasn't pretty, but
it was a rain game.
it was a rain game
It was a
against
rain
one of the
game.
best defenses in the league. The Raiders are not one of the best defenses.
No,
in the
not
league.
right now.
Because before last game, Bo Nix had been looking solid. He
Yep.
was methodical.
Yep.
He'd been looking good. So we all think he gets back on track here, and they win by at least 3.
Yeah, I think so.
He can dink and dunk his way down the field against the Raiders defense.
Yeah, because Broncos are pretty healthy right now. So
And it's at home, too.
yeah,
so.
it's at home and
Yeah.
at Mile High. Yep, I think they got enough to power past them Raiders this week. Hey. Cardinals are traveling to the Niners. Niners are favored 7.5. Kian, you're on the bandwagon with Cletus' Cardinals this week, along with Cletus.
Hell yeah.
You want to sing our
Why
praises?
are the Cardinals covering this 7.5?
Every week he says the same
Well,
thing.
we
we
got
go.
Kyler Murray,
Yeah,
greatest
there it is.
quarterback in the league. We got Marvin Harrison.
Yep.
I mean, guy's a dog. He's going to get a touchdown every week from here on out. I mean, We got James Conner winning me so much money.
Not the one I was thinking.
Trey McBride.
We got
a couple more.
He only had a
Trey
concussion.
McBride.
There it is.
Trey
All right,
McBride
yeah. Trey
might be
Might
back.
be back, yeah.
And he might get like 4 targets and 3 catches because Kyler Murray, for whatever reason, hates throwing to him.
Yeah.
Greg Dortch, he loves to throw to him for some reason,
He
so
does.
why not throw to him?
He does.
Michael Wilson.
Michael Wilson, he
He's
gets
pretty good.
he for whatever reason he gets targets too. I don't understand.
He's a wide
it.
receiver, too.
And then
It's kinda
I mean Kyler Murray's just gonna get probably 100 yards rushing because his little tiny legs just love to move so fast.
They do.
But yeah, yeah, if
7.5 is a lot of points.
yeah,
That's-
7.5
that's
is a
mine,
lot
yeah.
of points, and if the Cardinals defense is gonna do anything, it'd be against this like injured 49ers team that they only have like 2 weapons right now, George Kittle and
Debo. Brandon Ayuk.
oh, Debo's coming back?
Debo was back last week.
Juwan
Debo came
Jennings.
back last week, and he still outproduced Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah,
after
Brandon
sitting out a
Ayuk
week.
isn't anything anymore.
He gets paid, shits the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's also Juwan Jennings. Ah, shoot.
They aren't really too hurt.
I don't know. Yeah, they're not that hurt anymore. But Kyler Murray is so good.
I just think it's too many points. Like
It's
you
a lot
said,
of points.
It's too many points. The 49ers, they blew out the Patriots last week, okay? But like then they lost to the Rams the week before. I feel like this Cardinals team is better than the Rams, so equation, blah blah blah, math, too many points. Cardinals are gonna cover.
Fair. I
Made
think
points, great quarterback.
Yeah.
I like the way Brock Purdy's looked a lot. Some on the Niners. He's looked incredibly good still.
He's been real quiet this year.
He has been. He's just been efficient,
Sneaky
and
good.
yeah, but he's been very good, throwing for a lot of yards and just.
Yeah, 288 last week.
Yeah, I mean, he's just
You don't even notice it.
literally making all the right decisions right now.
Number 2 ranked quarterback according to PFF, behind Derek Carr.
Wow.
Andy Dalton's 3rd.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like Brock Purdy a lot. Like we just said, they have a lot of their weapons right now, except for CMC, who's got double Achilles tendonitis or whatever. Both legs, so
Might miss the season.
might miss the season. Madden curse.
Jordan Love's been good, though.
Jordan Love?
Sorry, I'm looking at Jordan Love. Jordan Mason.
I was about to say
Oh,
Jordan.
I was gonna
about to
say.
say Jordan Love's been
I was
terrible.
looking
That's
how
our next
bad
game,
Jordan
but,
Love looked last game. He had 3 turnover worthy plays.
Save that for like 2 seconds.
Yep.
Okay? But yeah, Jordan Mason's looked good. I think the Niners will be able to, if they can put everything together like I think they can, I think they'll be able to dog walk the Cardinals pretty good at home for the Niners too. So, like you were just talking about, Jordan Love and the Packers are favored 3 going to L.A.
Oh, shoot. I picked the Packers because this Rams team is so hurt.
So hurt. That's why I picked the
Yeah.
Packers too.
I just think, Jordan Love, maybe he is. Let me tell you, he is currently ranked 21st in passing grade on the season according to PFF. So even below Patrick Mahomes. So
That's
but-
bad. That's really bad if you're below Patrick
that's
Mahomes.
bad, man. That's bad. It's
They're
not
They're
good.
both terrible.
Yeah.
I've been preaching it and no one listens.
I mean,
But
he
I
was
just-
kind of hurt, and
Matt LaFleur
I don't know
knows,
why he got rushed back so quick.
I mean,
but
Matt LaFleur just knows how to create offense. Jordan Love can throw for 3 interceptions like he probably will, and they could still very well win this game against this Rams hurt team.
I think so too. And for whatever reason in my brain's telling me that the Packers always seem to play the Rams well. Even last year when they were hurt, I just feel like I remember LaFleur beating McVay.
I think so. I'll
But-
bet you on that.
Yeah, he did.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I feel like they always play them.
I think I remember Isaac gloating about it.
Yeah, probably. So that's why I'm on the Packers. I think another week of Jordan Love getting back. I don't know. I think it's mainly that. It's that, but it's mainly the Rams just being hurt and not looking very good last week.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Carson. So we're all on the Packers. Carson and Jared are on the Rams, though.
It beat them 20-3 last year on November 5th.
Packers beat the Rams.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they seem to play them fairly well. Anything else on them?
No.
And two
And
guys,
Jaden Reed looks really good,
Yeah, Jaden Reed.
the two
Dog.
guys who aren't here, both
but they
picked
can't
the
kick.
Rams.
Yeah. Oh, we can ask Carson.
Yep.
I mean, that's a good point.
That's about
but
the
I
reasons
just,
that
I
I
just
can
think
come
they're
up with.
too.
I don't see it,
injured.
Carson. I really don't.
No, they're
That's
too
a-
injured.
Yeah,
Rams are
I
too injured.
completely disagree with your point, Carson.
Yeah, that's
That was-
tough.
Honestly, that was dumb. That was so dumb.
Dumb.
I mean,
Don't-
we're
don't-
supposed
Just
to
like
be,
your picks. Just like your
Yeah.
picks. Dumb.
Don't
Yeah.
trust Carson picking games.
No, we're supposed to be a good program here and do our research. I mean, what?
Dumbass points.
Come on,
People
man.
trust us.
Peanut
for-
gallery over
yeah,
here.
People trust us for good picks. And
Yeah.
Carson comes out here and he's like, "Hold my beer."
Hold my
Yeah.
beer. Watch this dumb shit.
Yeah. Giants are going to the Seahawks. Seahawks are favored 6.5, and we are all on them Seahawks. Kian,
Yeah.
the Danny Dimes bandwagon.
Yeah, I was kind of trashing Geno Smith earlier in the year because I was like, it's a boring offense, but like he's picked it up. Even against the Lions, where Aiden
Yeah.
Hutchinson was getting 3 pressures on him, he was saucing up those corners. The Giants' corners are no better, probably worse. They're worse than the
Definitely
Lions'
worse.
corners.
Definitely worse.
Yeah, I've been praising Daniel Jones, but they're going to Seattle.
Long trip.
Only a touchdown that Vegas is projecting the Seahawks to win by? Like, no, probably not.
Yeah.
Sadly, we don't know about Malik Neighbors if he's gonna play. He's got a concussion right now.
His head hurt.
His head hurt. His heart hurt. His legs, feet, arms
Hurt.
everything
MetLife
man.
suck.
Yeah.
It's-
MetLife concrete.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just too many.
Seahawks are too
it's
talented.
Not enough points. Yeah, too talented. They look too good.
Yep.
You know, I've seen a connection here.
Okay.
I found a common denominator with the Seahawks.
Good word.
The more targets that JSN gets, the
Yep.
better Geno does as a quarterback.
Pretty
Honestly,
accurate.
Yeah.
That's honestly
Like
pretty
if
accurate.
you look at the first couple games,
Yeah.
he didn't get many targets, and Geno didn't look that good.
Okay. Yeah.
but
that's
they were
true.
against bad teams.
Yeah.
But then you look and he got like 14 targets, 12 targets, and you're like, oh. And then
There's
you look
the
at Geno's stats and you're like, oh, wow, he did pretty good those weeks. Just saying. Target JSN more.
All adds up.
He's on to something.
Go to your slot guy.
He's on to something.
They're always open.
He's always open.
That's very
And
true.
Tyler Lockett never runs with the ball.
No. He falls.
Also
He
true.
falls. Possession catch.
He's small. It's okay.
Well, he almost died the one. He like got clobbered the one time.
He's like
Yeah.
5'8".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them boys, the Cowboys, are going to Pittsburgh. Steelers are favored 1.5 at home at Acrisure Stadium. We're all on them Lurs.
Yeah, Steelers already had. I was saying last week my reason for picking the Colts because the Steelers have a game. They needed to have a game. They were going to to have a game where they were going to shit the bed. Well, that game happened, so they're
Yep.
good for another like 3 games
You're
before they
right.
shit the bed again.
Yep.
Yeah,
And this Cowboys team has not looked good.
you're right.
It's at the Steelers. They should be favored by more than 1.5.
Feels that way. I don't like when they're favored.
And we're
I'm
all
just-
picking them.
Yeah, and I don't like that either. But yeah, I completely agree. Cowboys haven't looked good enough. Steelers, I completely agree with your point of them having a kind of come to earth a little bit game and just get beat and kind of see where we need to fix and things like that.
Yeah, they needed a reason to like try harder. Because
Yeah.
they were just like
They were
ground
dominating.
and pounding teams.
Oh,
They're
made
just,
them look like
they're
kids.
just ground and pounding them and just doing anything they wanted, seemingly. Like, yeah, there were some close games, but it was like the offense never really had to try.
Yeah.
But like near the end of that game on Sunday,
Yep.
I just felt like the offense was finally starting to chug, like
Yeah.
that I haven't seen in many years in Pittsburgh. Like they're spreading the ball well. Darnell Washington's an animal.
Give him
He
the ball.
is.
That's
And it
exciting.
I really saw like a flash in Justin Fields that I definitely never saw in Chicago.
No, definitely
But
not.
like if he didn't fumble that one time and get hit in the face with the ball the other, we would be talking about how great that second half was for him.
Yep,
But
I agree.
Yeah, I just think against this Cowboys defense that can't stop a rock from hitting a wall. Yeah,
I've never heard that one before.
I've just made it up.
Pretty good. Yeah, I think the Steelers will be able to get back here, and their defense is going to absolutely dominate on Sunday Night Football. Should be a pretty good game.
Oh, yeah, and DeMarcus Lawrence has already been placed on IR. Micah's questionable right now, and the Steelers are still only favored by 1.5. Like,
Yeah, it seems kind of crazy.
come on.
Then we got Monday Night Football.
Only one game this time. Thank
one
God.
game on Monday.
It's easier to watch.
Yeah.
So much easier.
Saints are going to the home of the Chiefs, and Chiefs are favored 5.5.
Well, I'm with the boys who aren't here. Me,
Yeah.
Carson, and Jared are all going Saints here. I just think after losing your number one receiver, like, yeah, okay, we still got Kelsey. It's like, that doesn't make me feel very good. Kelsey at 34 years old,
He's that old.
pretty sure.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
sure
think
he's
so.
34.
Pretty sure he's
Jesus.
34.
He might even be 35. Kelsey.
I know that he's the same age as Rob Gronkowski.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's 34. He actually, on October 5th, he turns 35.
Oh, wow. Happy early birthday.
Birthday sex.
Okay. Good point.
But anyways,
Oh god.
where does I go with it? It's
The
too
number
many
one
points.
receiver hurt.
They lost the number one receiver. They're replacing him with Kelsey. Xavier Worthy. He is good. I do believe he's good. He was a my guy for me, and he's fast. He's fast. Okay?
He fast.
He's quick.
He fast. But these Saints corners, it's where they're strong on defense. These corners are good. And the Saints offense, I think it's just going to be a good matchup, good game. I think it's going to be closer than 5.5 points. Yeah, the Saints might still lose, but I think it's going to be like a 3-point game. Derek Carr's been smart. The defense has been stingy. Derek Carr's the number one rated quarterback according to PFF. Patrick Mahomes down at 15, Jim. I don't know.
Patrick Mahomes. 15 Jim.
But I just think it's going to be closer than 5.5 points. Too much talent on the Saints team, and they've proven it. Even though they've kind of hit a wall, they're going to keep it close.
Oh, no.
Because the Chiefs seem to always like to play these games close.
Well,
this season.
I believe that this is going to be Xavier Worthy's true breakout game.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because
yeah.
he hasn't. I mean, yeah, he had that game with 2 touchdowns, but he only touched the ball like three
Three
times.
times.
Yeah, it was like it was just a touchdown. Like you have to actually give him the ball and let's see what he can really
Yeah,
do with it.
for sure.
Not just catch touchdowns, which is impressive, but it's not everything.
Yeah.
So I want to see what he can do, and I think he's going to do pretty well being that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's forced into it, but I think he's going to earn it.
Yeah.
And yeah, Travis Kelce, maybe he'll catch 5 balls today. I don't know. This game, I don't know. He won't do well, but
Them losing Rice like that and that game happening, this just feels like all the more reason for the Chiefs to win.
it's even more scripted.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Chiefs is still
It's a
the Chiefs.
heartbreak.
This is going to be your typical Chiefs is still the Chiefs game.
It's in Kansas
It's
City.
in Kansas City. Chris Collinsworth is on the call.
Is he actually?
No.
Oh, wait.
No,
I was
Monday
gonna
Night
say,
Football's
this is
Aikman.
Monday.
It's
Okay,
Troy
thank
Aikman.
goodness, because that's what I was knowing about.
Collinsworth is going to be calling the Steelers game. He's going to be saying that Justin Fields looks a little Mahomey. I don't know, Jim. This Justin Fields guy, he can really run out of the pocket. And
You know who can do it better, though?
you know,
Patrick
You know
Mahomes.
who can do it better? Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah. I think this is the Chiefs. So the Chiefs game, they're going to prove, like, hey, yeah, we're hurt, but who cares? Travis Kelce's going to catch a touchdown or something like that. He'll get on the board. And
For the first time this year.
Well, show Taylor
It's
Swift.
just what it feels like, man. I don't know. Yeah, we all hate to see the Chiefs win just because they're so good, but I
And it
mean,
hasn't even been pretty.
no, that's the thing that kind of makes it annoying. It's like, and why I'm picking them here, it's like they're gonna end up winning by a touchdown or something like that. It's just what it feels like.
Yeah.
That's
Just feels like something dumb's going to happen.
yeah.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we
That's
got
everything.
week 4. No, sorry, week 5 preview
Yeah.
in the books. Should be another great week NFL football, as it always is. No matter how shitty the games, it's always a good time watching football. So, you guys got any suggestions, feedback, questions, comments, concerns? Let us know. Comment, like, subscribe. Email us at laststopsportstalk.com. Nope, sorry. Run it back for our social media team. Email us at laststopsportstalk@gmail.com. And yeah, let us know. Make fun of us. Show your buddies. See how dumb we are.
Wait, show your bodies?
Show your buddies.
Oh.
Show your lads.
Show your buddies our podcast.
Yes, that's what we
Don't
mean.
send. We don't need to send it. Don't be sending us any naked pictures.
No, we don't need that.
If you ask politely, I'll give you my personal email
And your address.
and my number and my social security.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Yep. Thanks for watching. Enjoy football this week, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Get it, Cletus. Damn it!